Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, the Total Stick Network is proud to present the Total Stickcast. Now buckle up and enjoy the unscripted, unadulterated neurosis with your host, Paul Johnson!
That's right, and with me as always, many people don't know he's actually played every victim on Law & Order SVU. Hollywood magic is a hell of a thing, folks. It's Ryan Blair! Woo! Woohoo! Can you believe I have actual physical energy when I do that?
That's amazing. I'm impressed.
Yes, I have to.
Yeah. Wait till you get to my age, then you're not going to have any energy for anything.
I already don't. We've been trying to record this episode for nearly 2 hours now. It's been a rough go of it. It's been a hell of a rough go.
I blame Trump.
I definitely blame Trump. I don't even know where to begin. We for the first time ever, we actually have a video feed of this for our Patreon subscribers. So if you're interested in that, you can head on over to patreon.com/TSC podcast. I can't believe I remember that. And figure out a little bit more about that. But we'll talk some more about Patreon throughout the episode, I think. So Ryan, first of all, what's up? What's going on with your crack den? That's where we always start with an update on your crack den. So it used to be Shane's health, now it's the health of your house.
You know what? I don't know. I haven't been there. I haven't been there in a couple weeks. You know, I decided that a snowbank was probably more comfortable than my crack shack.
Wow.
No, I've been staying with Naomi at Naomi's place, and yeah. So I don't know. I did, however, get an update from the landlord that my meth head neighbor no longer lives there.
Okay.
So I mean, that's probably a plus. He never bothered me. You know, there was just a couple times you could say wake up to hearing somebody scream. Screaming, and I didn't know what he was screaming for or about or at who or whatever. But yeah, so short of that, I don't know that that's going to make a huge difference in the house. But yeah, so that's about all I know.
Okay, so just little things that go with owning crack property but not living on it.
Oh, and I think the landlord finally got a new washing machine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, only took a month and a half.
Okay. Well, okay, what are you drinking?
Water.
Oh, okay. I was like, I couldn't tell if you were drinking something blue Kool-Aid colored or if it was just in a jug that was that color. Okay.
No, it's my cup and it's water because I am severely dehydrated today for no apparent reason.
Oh, you're not hungover at all, are you?
Not me. I never drink. Come on now.
Oh, great. Yeah, I did think so. I wouldn't have thought so. No. I had a stockpile of liquid when I sat down to record this, but again, it's been 2 hours and I'm not bitter at all.
Yeah.
So I've drank a lot of things, which means I'm going to have to urinate at some point during the process of this. Okay. So there's a lot of things I should be dealing with today, but my mind is just TV static, if you will. If you're familiar with TV static, that's what my brain is right now. After trying for 2 hours to record this, again, not bitter. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
I did not. I had planned on streaming it. I don't have cable, so I had planned on streaming it, and I was actually at the mall during kickoff. So I got home about 5 o'clock, which would have been an hour into the game, and not being a huge sports fan, I was just like, whatevs. Nah, didn't even bother trying to set it up.
Okay, fair enough. Makes sense.
I heard it was a bad game, though. I don't know who won, but couple statuses I've seen during that were posted during the game. I saw that people were like, "Yeah, this is a really bad game. It's slow. It's boring. It's the halftime show sucked." Right?
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I know nothing about what the show was or who was even playing. So, in the game itself. So yeah. So, but no, I didn't watch it.
Okay. So all I know about it comes from all that chaos and that fucking people on social media with it, is that the halftime show had Maroon 5, Adam Levine, and he took off his shirt, and I don't know what the big deal is. I don't know if you're not supposed to do that at the Super Bowl. I don't know what but people are really up in arms about it. Like it's
Really?
like it seems like from a censorship standpoint, it's almost as bad as Janet's nip slip there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people are really up in arms about it. So I have no idea why it's such a big deal. I meant to watch it in preparation for this, and I didn't. But I don't know why people are so freaked out about it. But I have an issue with Adam Levine and his sudden inability over the past decade or so to keep his fucking shirt on. I don't get what the deal with that is. It happened all of a sudden. I think it was what was that song? Like the 6 foot tall Wake Up Call. It was right around the time Wake Up Call came out. Adam Levine lost the ability to wear a shirt, and I have no fucking idea why. It's because they started off and Maroon 5 was like a nice. They were like adult alternative, like easy listening, cup of tea in the afternoon, mellow kind of shit. When he slid a swear word in, it kind of had that elegance of class because he didn't do it all the time. Then I don't know if he had a midlife crisis or what, but all of a sudden, long past what should have been that point in his career, he turned into a teeny bopper again. He can't keep his shirt on. He's covered in tattoos, and everything's quasi hip hop now. So.
Well, music's got to evolve. So I mean, I can't really speak to. I mean, to ask me. Give me the name of a song from Maroon 5, I couldn't do it.
Okay.
Play a song by Maroon 5 and I would probably know it, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, obviously I know who Adam Levine is and I know who Maroon 5 is, but, I don't think that I was a huge follower of the music, although there's probably a number of their songs that I like, right?
Yeah.
Just without knowing what they are. Is he offensive with his shirt off?
Are you asking me? Is that what the problem is?
Well, I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, if he was like fat bastard and took his shirt off, I mean, I can see, I could see some people getting a little ornery about it. But I mean, if he's not, offensive with his shirt off.
He's ripped. And the man's a human canvas. He's covered in ink. So.
Okay, so normally I can wrap my head around most things, whether, I would agree to them or not. But hearing this from you, I mean, I never saw anything about this, but I couldn't see how people would be offended. I mean, if he took his shirt off and then he had these pull-away pants and he's wearing a freaking banana hammock, I mean, then I could see some issues with that, right? I mean, that's completely inappropriate. And even with Janet's nip slip, I didn't watch the Super Bowl that year either, but I feel like people weren't offended. I think people were just in shock over it, right? And people talked about, oh, well, that was probably on purpose, or that was, but I don't recall there being like an outrage over it.
No, and I think it was a big censorship thing too. Like, you just can't do that there. Like, not that people were horrified by it occurring, just like, oh, of all the places, right? Like, I think that was more what it was the middle of the Super Bowl halftime show. But
is he an active singer? Like, does he bounce and run?
Yeah. He, especially now since the midlife crisis. Yeah.
So I mean, you know what I mean. You can just see. I mean, you see any concert footage on YouTube or whatever, and or you're close enough to a stage at a concert. I mean, even guys that are standing there are sweating. The lights are on them. It's hot. I'm not saying everyone just willy-nilly start taking their shirts off, but I mean, I can understand it, and I don't see, even from a censorship position, how a shirt coming off would be offensive. Even at the Super Bowl, like, I mean, the Super Bowl is not like some hearty family viewing. It's the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
right?
No, for the record, when I said that, I meant from the Janet standpoint. I don't think he is any kind of censorship issue. I don't even think that's what I can't understand what people are so worked up about.
But that's what I'm just trying to go through the paces of where is it coming from, and I really can't wrap my head around why people are upset about it.
No, I have no idea. It's very bizarre. I want to see the footage, but again, I can't imagine it's gonna explain anything. Like, it's just gonna be him topless. I don't think it's gonna explain anything.
I mean, if he starts rubbing his nipples or something, well, okay, that crosses a few lines, but
no, nothing like that. So yeah, I don't know what everybody's so worked up about. It's very bizarre. But that's something that people are really up in arms about. My only thing is I'm just offended that Adam Levine can't keep a shirt on. That's my only issue. Because I find it very strange. He picked a weird time in his career to go down that path. I don't know. Most people don't totally change. Like, music evolves, but you never saw Cher come out with a mohawk. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't start a punk band because music evolves. You know, you stay in your niche kind of. And I feel like they were really fucking weird about doing that.
But Madonna had sex with a horse.
Well, yeah, but is that so far outside of her wheelhouse?
No.
No, see? So I'm trying to send you a picture of Adam Levine topless just so you can appreciate this.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, right?
And I'm wearing my vibrating cock ring. So this is gonna be a good day.
There we go. Was that in this recording, or is that from the lost footage? Was that totally out of context?
I think that might have been the lost footage. Yeah.
Okay.
Down there with the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Okay, so it makes perfect sense then. Perfect.
Nothing makes sense, man. Nothing.
Nothing makes sense anymore. Not after trying to record the same show for 2 hours.
No.
There, I just sent you topless Adam Levine. Woohoo!
All right, let's have a look here. Let's have a look at Adam Levine. Oh, okay, yeah. So I mean, he's in shape.
Yeah, right? He looks like anybody else topless on stage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how that'd be offensive, and yeah. So yeah, I don't know what to say.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
A couple episodes ago, we talked about mustard on eggs.
Yeah. Yes, we did.
Do I feel unnaturally bright?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Or just well lit?
Well lit. However, you know what? I was actually just thinking the same thing while I was looking at my video, so I'm just going to scooch out of the video frame for a second, reach over and turn my light on.
How dare you? Okay. I actually have a light that's made for this, but it's very bright. Yeah, nonetheless.
Better.
Yeah, there we go. I can see you better.
And for the video subscribers, I got me a new shirt. Whoa, yeah.
Yeah, and we're not gonna say what it says. We're gonna make people subscribe.
Yeah, is this not the coolest shirt ever?
It is the most amazing shirt. I can't even believe you found one with that on it.
Yeah, right. I had to have it. I had to have it.
Bizarre.
Had to have it. One of a kind. Although there was like 2 others there, but this one's still one of a kind.
Yeah, because it's yours.
Because it's mine. Yeah.
Okay, I can shrink my thing down again.
Well, in this weather, it's not difficult for things to shrink.
No, it's not. Yeah, let's talk about that. It's fucking freezing where we are. Now, saying that with a grain of salt, because it's minus 41 in half of the states. They're freezing to death too. But it's really cold here. It's very fucking cold.
And they're talking about this, and I'm seeing this all over Facebook. They're talking about this polar vortex.
Yeah.
And it has boobies.
It's boobies. The polar vortex is boobies. Yeah.
Yeah, it's minus 34 here right now.
And penises are eggplants. 2009 is a fuck of a time to be alive.
I don't even know what that means, but I'm gonna move on from that. Okay. But yeah, so I mean, Calgary is it's known for its warm weather. Mm-hmm. Right up to this point, we've been pretty much above zero the entire winter. We've had very little snow, so it's been an uncommonly warm winter for us, and lack of snow definitely, right? But most years, like, we get 2 to 3 melts of our snow, right? You know, so when the Chinooks roll in and stuff. But yeah, this has been, you get somewhere like Winnipeg, or they get consistent cold all winter.
Yeah.
So they're gonna bitch it's cold, but for us, nothing could have prepared us. It was plus 15, and then the next day it was minus 47, and it was just like, whoa!
It's been so, like you said, unseasonably warm lately. No shit. What a shit kicking. But not just that.
I think of the meme I always I see periodically on Facebook that says it's a guy standing outside in the winter, and he says, "My face hurts. Why do I live somewhere where it hurts my face?"
Yeah.
So you know, and so I've been that's been sort of rolling through my head this last couple of days, because I've gone outside and, you know, just to go and fire up the truck, and it's been just like, yeah, you feel that bite on the skin instantly.
It hurts. Yeah, it hurts to breathe outside. It's not fair. And we both apparently. I thought I was going to be the only one bitching about this, and now I hardly feel like I have a chance, a reason to bitch about it. But we both live in freezing cold fucking places.
We live in the same. Oh, our apartments, yeah.
Not geographically.
I'm like, we live in the same city.
No,
we actually know each other.
No, not geographically. We both live in freezing cold, like home places, like crib. Yo, crib is on ice, homie. That's what I'm saying. Okay, like that's
my nizzle.
That's the point. Yeah. No. So your house is freezing because you said half of your radiators aren't working.
No, we've got a boiler system, and so the way a boiler system works is it's all furnaces have the thermostats, right, and the thermostat's generally going to be in one area of the house, and when it gets under the certain temperature, the furnace kicks on. Whereas with the boiler system, you can have different zones, and it's piping through the floor, so the floor emanates the heat, and so I guess the thermostat systems don't work in here. I mean. So it's just the pipes are always full of the hot water, depending on how high you set the boiler. That's the temperature of the house, and different rooms in the house. Like Naomi and mine's bedroom is generally a absolute sweat shack. Like most nights, most days we've got the window open, but just to be able to breathe. But since this cold snap's kicked in. Like the house has been chilly. Like I mean, it's not -4 in the house or anything, but it's definitely chilly, and we put on a couple electric heaters. So
okay, yeah, no. So my place is just horribly, terribly built, or not built because it was built in 1963, but it's horribly patched back together after being rented out for 50 years, is what it is. Yeah. So, I mean, just, okay, to give you one idea why my place is so fucking drafty and cold, my back door, which is just off camera, basically, but my back door has where you take the chain and slide it into the thing and, right?
Yeah.
It goes across to keep, predators almost out, whatever.
People like me out, yeah.
Yeah, but you can still see in, so it's so weird. It's the old lady chain, so you can crack it open and go, I don't talk to you guys when my husband's not home, But so that thing. Anyways, I have 3 of them because people have put them on and they've broken off, and put them on and they've broken off. So there's like a strip where the weather stripping should be sealing against my door. There's just 3 of these big fat steel plates that peel the weather stripping off. So now there's a gap there, and there's a gap leading up to it. And it's just like, and every year we go, but we're going to move out of here, so we just won't bother doing too much because we're going to move out of here. And then, yeah. So,
you never move.
No. And then it's rare, like you said, it's been so warm this year that it's rare that suddenly it's like -45 with wind chill all of a sudden for 2 days, right? So you kind of forget to do anything about it. My window is like a crank open kind of deal, so it's just a sliver of window and then it peels off. And that is like not sealed at fucking all. You can just put your hand in front of it and just feel like the breeze.
Yeah, the windows here are the same thing. You can feel the breeze coming through, and I think that's the problem. Is like, I mean, and I know for sure in this house the windows have never been changed, and very likely at your place it's the same thing. Like it's rare for any rental places for them to change the windows unless absolutely necessary. So.
Exactly.
You get the landlords who aren't paying the electricity bill and the heat bill and all this going, oh, just put plastic up. Yeah, because plastic. Yeah, okay, it absolutely does. But it does help to an extent keep the draft down, and keep the house a little warmer. However, again, it's Calgary, and quite often through the winter we open our windows.
Yeah.
Right. So because it is plus 15. So it doesn't, the plastic thing sort of, it kind of sucks for Calgarians.
Yeah, it's not a good long-term solution because you're not going to take it off and put it on once every 2 weeks or whatever. Or once
Absolutely, yeah, exactly.
So I created kind of a barrier like that for my back door because I have a massive amount of cardboard in my life, because we get so much shit shipped in from Amazon and stuff like that. that I have like huge boxes, small box. We once got a bed online. So, I mean, I have some giant ass pieces of cardboard. So I built like a barrier and boxed in my back door so that it would like maintain some of the cold on that side of the barrier and stop flooding the room with it. So that's the extent I'm going to. But my feet are frozen for the last 2 days because the floor gets so cold. It's just concrete. Like
Yeah.
on the bottom floor of an ancient fucking building. So it's just concrete with maybe underlay, but I don't feel like there is. Like if you just like stomp your foot, I don't think there's fucking anything under the, and just carpet and concrete. That's it.
So
it's
just wear
cold.
17 pairs of socks.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm just gonna rock back and forth everywhere I walk. Yeah. So that's it's freezing to death. It's freezing to death, and Adam Levine took his shirt off. So now I'm offended because if I took my shirt off, I'd be cold. So
Maybe
fuck
that's
you, Adam
all.
Levine.
Maybe that's all it is, right? Because everybody's got to be offended these days at absolutely nothing. So maybe that's all it is. It's just unexpected. He takes his shirt off, and people are just offended just to be offended.
It's unexpected nipple.
Nipple, 2 nipples.
2 nipples.
Mind blown.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't even have my headphones on anymore. Why? My mind blew. They came off. I tried. A few episodes ago, we had Terry Savage back with us, and we talked about mustard on eggs. I'm trying really hard not to read my notes word for word because my notes say mustard anal eggs, and I'll explain that in a minute. So.
That's a whole different podcast.
Yeah, that's a whole different podcast. So, so we're talking about mustard on eggs. So I gave it the Scout's chance. Is that a thing people say? I get like
Scout's chance.
What do you say? What do you like? I gave it. What's that God honest chance? Like what do you? There's a term for that. I gave it a trooper shot. One of these is gonna stick. Anyways, I tried.
Okay, so you tried it.
I tried it, and it wasn't terrible.
Really?
But the reason my notes say mustard anal eggs is because the point I was trying to make is it's like anal sex. It's not for every day. It's not. I mean, it's not. It's you might feel frisky once a week and be like, hey, I need some mustard on my eggs. You know, but it's not an everyday kind of thing. Like you wouldn't want to eat it every day. I don't think it is. It wouldn't be my new jam. So.
Okay, so that's fair. I'm not as brave as you, and I don't think I would be. I mean, I've never taken a cooking class in my life, but I'm actually a very good cook, and mostly just because I can imagine taste.
So I feel like I'm the same way. Yeah.
So I mean, there's just certain things where like if I'm making a dish, I'm tasting it, and then I'm thinking in my head what's going to make this better, and I can change the taste in my head. It's weird. I mean, some people can do it, some people can. I think that's probably why I'm a good cook, though. And with mustard and eggs, putting the 2 flavors together in my head, just I know right off the hop. I mean, it's not going to be horrible. I love eggs, and I like mustard. I mean, I don't. It's a very weird combination. But yeah, I don't think that it's 2 flavors put together that I would enjoy. So okay. I don't even bother.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I found that it kind of pulled. You know how scrambled eggs, and this is why I think barbecue sauce. Do you like enough? Yeah, barbecue sauce. Do you like barbecue sauce on your eggs?
No, I'm not a fan of barbecue sauce in general.
Okay. See, I'm a fan of barbecue sauce on eggs. Way bigger fan than mustard. I would maybe, arguably, if I had all 3, I might take barbecue sauce before I took ketchup, to be honest, for eggs.
I mean, barbecue sauce, like eggs, to me, I would be able to deal with HP sauce. But that's
I count that.
Okay, I would put that on eggs, okay. and I think that would be quite delicious. But just like a regular barbecue sauce, a rib or chicken barbecue, I don't know, no.
Well, that's slumming it compared to A1. I mean, if you don't got A1 around, then you can do other barbecue sauce. But I consider all that the same category. But that kind of pulls, like, this, if you will, a smokiness out of the eggs. Like, I mean, it's not that you've smoked the eggs, but it pulls that kind of, that umph out of the eggs, if you will. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Okay. I find mustard does the same thing. This fell flat. Back to my notes. So part of the reason I've been, things I want to talk about and things I don't want to talk about, which are horrible things to talk about. I've been doing a bunch of things. THNP is supposed to start again today.
Okay.
And I'll probably have a stroke trying to make that happen because I haven't even recorded it yet. So I was planning on doing that after this, but we're 2 hours behind. So, that happened. So I took that. I switched over to another hosting site. Been doing all kinds of stuff to do with that. So that's been something that's been keeping me busy. I actually got to record an ad spot, a sponsored ad spot for a site that has to do with that. So there'll be a little bit more information coming on that. But yeah, so I've been really, 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 really busy with that is my point. And trying to get all that together. Getting this episode ready, and because we have a video feed, mentioning it again, for those who don't know. Yeah, so just been busy trying to get all of that stuff together. I think, what else have I had on the go? Oh yeah, scheduling a lot of other appearances coming up too. We have a bunch more guests coming up in February. I'm going to be showing up on a bunch of other shows here and there. A few really fun things coming up there. I'm not going to say any names because if it doesn't happen, it's going to be horrible. So,
and you do have a habit of saying things and then they don't happen.
Yeah, well, I have the universe has a habit of anally fisting me, I think is what you mean to say, because if I say something out loud, it doesn't happen. So
you say anal fisting like it's a bad thing. I don't know.
Okay, surprise anal fisting.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, so got a bunch of stuff like that coming up, but it all takes time. So yeah, I've been very busy working on this whole podcast thing. So in other words, exciting things coming up. And lots of content for our Patreon fans. We recorded a mini-sode before this that might not have been our finest work, but you can go and judge that. As well as the video feed that'll be exclusively for Patreon patrons.
We certainly have judged it, so we welcome everyone else too.
Yes, we judged ourselves very, very harshly.
Yeah.
So, but this is a new way to do this actually because it's interesting seeing you.
Yeah. I don't mind it. Yeah. No, I think it adds a different dynamic to the podcast. I like it. I like it.
I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I've also been busy just with normal work stuff. This leads me to my very smooth transition into Toothpick Guy. I don't know if you've heard about this.
Toothpick Guy.
That face you just made trying to hold back a yawn is exactly the correct face for the story I'm about to tell you, so hang on to it. So there is a guy. I had to write an article about it, which is why I know about this, and I wish I didn't. Things I can't unknow. There's this guy in where is he? I think China. I'm trying not to overgeneralize. He's just Asian, so he's in China. But no, I think he's China. Anyways, and he would put a toothpick in his glass at parties so that people would not people, but so he would know his glass. People put charms around wine glasses. He put a toothpick in his glass. Good enough way of recognizing your glass, I guess, a security device.
I used to, when I drank beer bottles, I used to bend the cap and drop it in my beer.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that stands the same potential for disaster. Hang in there.
You know what? I never did it. Never swallowed it.
I've drank cigarette butts by accident. So
I've done that. Yeah.
Oh, you've done that, but not the steel. Okay, fair enough. That's good. So this guy, once he almost drank toothpick and got it stuck in his throat and he had to pull it back out. Then another time he drank a toothpick and nothing bad happened. So he figured it was okay. He was very morbidly ill for the next 4 years with various lung infections. They treated him for leukemia because all of his symptoms seemed to lead there, so they didn't know what to do, so they started treating for leukemia, blah, blah, blah. Hell, 4 years of medical hell for this guy. Not to mention the money. So blah, blah, blah. So anyways, they x-ray his heart and they find out that the toothpick, he swallowed it, it went through his esophagus, into his lung, back out the other side of his lung, because this took 4 years to happen, which is various illnesses along the way, comes back out the other side of his lung, lodged in the right side of his heart. I'm trying to remember what you call the four quadrants of the heart. An atrium. Lodged in the right atrium of his heart. A toothpick. A full toothpick. Not broken at all. A full-length toothpick. Just all the way through his organs, right into his heart.
Easy. Wow.
And just sat there. Isn't it fucked up? So yeah, so they took it out, and needless to say, he's doing a lot better.
Yeah, I would imagine. We can all do with a lot less toothpicks in our heart.
Yeah, no shit. Eh? Like at least 100% less toothpicks in the heart.
Jesus, hey, that's crazy.
Oh shit.
Have you seen? That reminds me. Have you seen this video on Facebook of the guy trying to open a beer with a chopstick?
No.
You haven't seen this?
Does it go horribly wrong, or?
Yeah. So what he does is he's got the beer in one hand, and he's got his other hand, and what he's doing, he's got the chopstick angled up just under the cap,
Okay.
and then he takes his hand to bump the chopstick, which is
I've
supposed
seen
to,
that. I've seen
yeah,
that.
and then
I've
it just
seen
goes
that.
right through the middle of his hand, and you see it poking out. It didn't bust the skin on the other side of his hand, but you see it poking. You're just going, oh my, like, how could you have thought that was a good idea, you fucking moron?
Yeah. Oh shit.
And I mean, the guy. Okay, so you know what? Like, you get so many of these idiots that do these retarded things to get videos viral. I don't think this was the case. I think this guy was legit thinking he was a coolio,
Yeah.
and this was a good idea.
Yeah. No, definitely. I don't think it was deliberate. For one thing, cannot watch that video without feeling it in my soul.
Right? Yeah.
Second of all, I just don't think people. There's that weird thing, and it's the reason that as human beings we have a hard time perceiving massive injuries, like when somebody gets like an arm twisted around 8 times in a circle at a fucking machine or something like that, and our brains have a hard time perceiving it because it doesn't seem. It's not. We've never seen a human body do that, literally.
Yep.
So we can't perceive it. I think it's the same thing. I don't think at any point in his life he ever would have sat down and gone, I have the power to drive a chopstick through my hand before the lid comes off. Like, I think in his head he just assumed the lid would come off before it went through his hand.
Absolutely.
Flawed thinking, yes. But as far as, like, he definitely didn't do it for the views. I agree with that. But why would he do it? Just because I don't think he realized his hand was that mushy. Like...
But I mean, the thing that messes with me the most about it is it. I mean, it went through the middle of his hand, like that's bone, and it went. Yes.
Parts of it though.
Yeah, but
not solidly. Like.
Yeah, maybe I don't know, man. Yeah, maybe.
Well, you have a hand right there. Check it out.
Yeah, no, I know, but maybe I don't know. I just, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy, and I mean, and so I watched the video a couple times because I was. After getting over the initial shock,
yeah,
right, I wanted to then see if the look on his face changed at all. And it didn't. And it didn't. And it wasn't like as it was going through, his facial expression wasn't going, no, he just kind of, he did it, and then he just kind of looked like as in, the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know. I mean, body must have went into instant shock.
That's all.
Right, but that's some messed up shit right there.
Again, I think it's the perception. I don't think he could comprehend what was happening. Like, you don't have a place for that pain. Like, people who get shot generally don't realize right away. No. It's not like the movies. They don't go, the pain. No, they just kind of go, wait, what the fuck? Like, you know, like most people don't realize immediately.
But and then
because it's just a shock.
And the one thing I don't get about the video is, why would he have the pointy end in his hand? Why wouldn't that have been... Because I wonder if it had been switched around where the pointy end is up in the beer cap and he had the blunter end. I wonder if it still would have happened. I don't think it would have. I don't think it would have punctured.
Well, first of all, I didn't realize the pointy end was down. I assumed it was just as possible because the difference is marginal. I figured it was just as possible he poked the other end through. Because especially if you have chopsticks where you snap them off like the takeout ones.
Yeah.
It's pointy all around the edge because it's square. Right?
Yeah, but it's square, whereas the pointy end is actually pointy. Blunt, but pointy.
Oh, but all it takes is one of those points to break the skin, I would think. When you're driving it up, I don't think it takes that much to get through the middle of your hand. Ask Jesus.
I think you should do some research on this. I think you should do some testing and let me know how it goes.
Okay, I'm on it. I'm on it.
Yeah. Now I want Chinese food. I
feel like, do you really? You don't really? Okay. That I just want to look at my hand forever and know that I don't have a hole in it. That's all I want. Right. Does that cast a wicked mean shadow on my face?
Well, it casts a shadow, but...
Oh. You're boring. Okay.
Yes, listeners, I am.
Yeah. Well, I wanted him to appreciate my wicked mean shadow. Oh, yeah, okay, I don't know if this counts for things that have been keeping me busy. I got another weird medical thing too. Let's do the other weird medical thing first. Because I had to write about this too. I almost want to reach out to this person. I almost want to see if I can convince this person to come on the show, actually. So there's this woman in the UK, and she had I can't remember the name, and if I try to say it, I'm going to butcher it. It's an esophagus issue, and it prevents you from swallowing. And the only reason I know of this is because I had barium testing a while back, and the instructions for it had a very specific section for people with this one rare disorder that can't swallow, right? So she can't swallow shit because her esophagus is like swelling shut, basically. And she also has a digestive issue. The result was that she couldn't eat. Basically, everything she ate came back out. Like she would, for years, she would eat and throw up, eat and throw up. And at one point, it said she was throwing up like 20 times a day sometimes, just trying to get food or water or anything into her. But you don't want to live at the hospital, so that's your last resort. You know what I mean? I can sympathize, but eventually you just stay home and suffer. I just don't want to be in a hospital. You know, like. But anyways, so she went through this forever, and the doctors finally told her, like, if you keep going at this rate, the damage to your body, kidneys and shit like that, right? Not eating and everything, you might have a year. So she started eating all kinds of different food. She started just trying it. Like, pick up anything and eat a Mars bar, whatever it is, eat it. See if it stays in her. She tried a Cadbury cream egg, and she didn't throw up.
Okay.
So she began a diet of eating like 9 Cadbury cream eggs a day, slowly, because she had a very hard time doing so, and she herself said they were way too sweet. She wasn't a junk food person. And she started eating Cadbury cream eggs, and slowly but surely, at least she was keeping something in, the sugars, the little fats, this, that, and the other thing. And eventually her stomach kind of began to get better, and I guess now she's eating like some light pastas and stuff like that. But literally, the cream eggs allowed her to eat again, to the point that she might actually be able to keep some regular food in her.
Wow, that's something.
And she literally, like, she credits Cadbury cream eggs with saving her life. So, yeah.
Well, and I've always said pizza pops were the cure to cancer. So, I mean, that's a totally believable story.
And I've always said pizza pops cause cancer, so there we go.
Well, yeah, and so I mean, I think I'm hoping Cadbury picks up on this and uses it as a marketing ploy, because you just be like, hey, Cadbury cream eggs, not just delicious, but can save your life.
Yeah, no doubt,
Right?
no doubt.
Right?
No doubt.
Right? 4 to 5 doctors recommend Cadbury cream eggs.
Yeah, it's the little Cadbury cream egg song. It's a little Dr. Rabbit next to this frail, dying woman. How does that song go? Like the buck, 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 buck. I can't remember it all, though.
Doesn't it just go buck, 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 the rabbit?
Yeah, like...
It's a song.
Yeah, no, okay. So that's an interesting piece of trivia, too, that I have no information about, the way I always bring my trivia. It's a song. It's an actual song, and Cadbury just kind of like hijacked it. But no, I remember what it is now. It's the na 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 na.
Oh, that's the chicken dance.
Yeah, it's the chicken dance. It's an actual song though. Yeah. So that's Cadbury song though.
Oh, is it? I didn't think it was.
But the rabbits cluck like chickens instead, which makes you're like, what? Because it's an Easter bunny. Oh, I get it, right?
I've never been a Cadbury cream egg guy. I don't like them.
Okay.
But I'm also not a sugar person. I'm not. I do. Naomi just had surgery on Thursday, so while she was in surgery, I went and picked her up a big, because she loves chocolate, loves sweets. So I picked her up a big Safeway bag full of chocolate, different chocolates, different candies, and everything. And so I ate some of them. Like, I like wine gums, and again, sparingly. Like, I don't eat a lot of sugar. So there was fuzzy peaches, there was sour cherry blasters. I got her like little mini Reese's peanut butter cups, a couple chocolate bars, et cetera, et cetera. Anyways, and so I mean, I had a few fuzzy peaches, I had some wine gums, and I had some cherry blasters, and maybe a couple peanut butter cups. But the cream eggs would just, I could never. I don't know. They creep me out a little bit. Like, you open them up and there's the representation of a dead baby chicken in there. Right?
Dude, that's true. Wow.
Yeah, you've never thought that before. Now, right?
What are gummy bears though? Then what are anything? What are Sour Patch Kids? That's what I was looking for. I was like, I know there's candy made of dead babies, but it's not gummy bears. Sour Patch Kids.
Okay, but that's the shape of. I mean, they're not made out of like horses go to the glue factory and shit when they die. or they're made into dog food. Okay, we're not taking dead babies and dead children and sending them off to a factory to be made into Sour Patch Kids.
But cream eggs aren't fetuses.
No, but they represent, like, I mean, it's an egg shape. You crack it open, and it's got the yellow and the white in there. It's representing chicken fetuses.
So you're saying, for my example to make sense, Sour Patch Kids have to come in a little tiny gummy coffin.
Well, no, but I feel like if you bit into a Sour Patch Kid, and there was like arteries and bones in there.
Okay.
Right?
Okay,
Because that would be more of a
enough.
representation of a kid.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas the Cadbury cream eggs, can't it just be a... I mean, I really don't... I mean, does it have to have the yellow and the white in there? Like,
Yeah.
does it have to have that?
Couldn't it just be cream?
Yeah, just some sort of... Yeah.
White jizzy cream. Just...
Jizz. Yeah, jizz is good.
Yeah, okay.
No, but yeah, the jizz just creeps me out. I don't know.
Fair enough. Okay,
It's just I just think it's strange, and they're crazy popular. And
yeah. I like them.
I don't understand how people haven't caught on to this, that you're eating the representation of chicken fetuses.
Cadbury fetus egg.
Yeah.
Or
Right?
Cadbury cream fetus, which is better for marketing purposes.
Cream fetus.
Cream fetus, okay. Cadbury cream fetus this Easter.
So I'm watching. Speaking of eating and all this, so I'm watching this absolutely ridiculous show on Netflix called Yummy Mummies.
Yeah, fuck me. Yes, I've seen this trailer.
Yeah, and actually, you know what? Watching the trailer, I thought, oh god, this is gonna be horrible. And I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't as bad as the trailer makes it out to be in terms of the ditziness and the right. It's just like 4 rich girls that whatever, and they're pregnant and blah blah blah. So, anyways, but one of the women, and I mean, I hadn't heard of this, in this way, but I'd kind of heard things a little bit about this over the years. But she had her placenta dried and crushed, ground up, and put into pills, into capsules.
Okay, yeah.
And she was to take one of these or whatever every day, like a multivitamin.
Yeah.
So, and apparently I can't remember what it said it promoted, but it promoted some sort of health effect but yeah, and it was just, and I mean, I've heard of people eating placenta before, like grabbing it and, straight out of the womb and just chomp, 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 but I mean,
farm to table, man.
Yeah. So, and I've never really understood that. I think that's really gross. But I mean, now, it's actually becoming a more commercialized thing where it's put into pill form, which is mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing.
So I've heard of placenta smoothies, but okay. So you look like you took a sip of a placenta smoothie for a second. I don't even know what to say about that. Yeah, that's kind of gross. I don't know what they're hoping to gain from it. I bought this face cream a while back, years ago actually. I inherited a small sum of money that was more than I normally see in years, so small but enough. And I went out and I bought all this different stuff, and I went in this skin cream store, and the women looked at me and went, "Yeah, I got boobs. He's young. He's got money." So they came over and sold me just hundreds of dollars worth of shit I did not need by touching me too often and doing things to me. And they sold me hundreds, and I'm not exaggerating, hundreds of dollars of face shit. And it was made from the Dead Sea and all this different shit. And one of them was made from like lamb placenta.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah, was it placenta or the fluid, the fucking womb fluid? The amniotic fluid. It was one of the two, but I think it was placenta. It was made from a lamb placenta. Yeah.
And I mean, and I don't know anything about it, so I could just be putting my foot in my mouth here. But I mean, it would stand to reason that the placenta would have some health benefits. It grows a living being inside of it. It protects them. It has to, it's an amazing thing. right? It really is. So I mean, I feel like, yeah, I feel like that maybe, but I just, I mean, I would sooner go to the Asian medicine store, the Chinese medical guy, and buy a bottle of sheep placenta pills versus, hey, honey, are you using that?
Are you
Now
gonna
that,
finish all
yeah,
that?
and I mean, I just think that's where things get a little, that's I don't know, that's like jerking off into my mouth. And I know that's a thing. I know guys do that, and that's all good. So no judgments for our listeners that do that.
Yeah.
But to me that's the exact, like, yeah,
I was gonna argue that how is it, but no, you know what? I think I'm perfectly satisfied that it is like that. It is. That is.
yeah,
It's basically the same thing.
yeah.
But now I don't know. I feel like maybe you're like as a human, you're partial to humans, and maybe like would you feel the same way about like okay if a chicken gave birth and then the like a chicken gave birth like if a chicken like if an egg hatched and the little chick came out, squeak squeak breaks the shell, comes out, pop, then like the shells left behind, like would you like just crack that open and spread the goo on your face? Would you feel like that would still be good for you too? Or do you feel like you're attaching a lot of significance to the fact it's human placenta and maybe it's not that special if you're a different animal? Like
I feel like I said, not to, yeah, what, I would definitely crack the shell open and spread the crap on my face. I
okay,
definitely would. You know
okay,
what? Because what, I think that if there was some benefit to it, some proven benefit to it, and it's not like we don't eat eggs,
yeah,
and so I mean maybe that's just a bad example because it is such a mainstream thing. Eggs are so mainstream, but
yeah, and
you
it's
know,
sterilized stuff. It's different
I
kind of.
I look at I look at I mean you're eating your placenta. I mean, is that not cannibalism? You
Ooh,
know, and then eating your own,
yeah.
like, I don't know. I just, to me there's a lot of different facets to that, and where that I and again I just keep coming back to it. It's like jerking off in my own mouth. Like, I mean, if I was gay, I would be totally fine with my boyfriend jerking off into my mouth,
But
right?
doing it for yourself would
But
be
doing it,
different.
but to
Yeah,
me that just seems really strange.
fair
You
enough. Yeah.
know? Right? Like, I mean, yeah, I love eating pussy, but I'd be pretty creeped out if Naomi grabbed a spoon, gave herself a bit of a scrape, and went hum nom 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 nom. You know what I mean? Like, you
Okay.
know, you know what I mean? Like,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
there's just some things like I feel, and that's why I say, like, I would sooner go to a Chinese medicine store, and because especially like a lot of these, the ancient Asian medicine, yeah, I mean there's something to be said about it, right? So I mean if they're sitting there saying, yeah, that sheep placenta freeze dried and put into a capsule gives you, good skin or whatever the hell, or a cream, or yeah, I'd be totally fine with it. But eating your own, I don't know, no, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even eat any humans. Like, I wouldn't say,
Okay.
like, okay, so girlfriend has a kid, the placenta's turned into pills, and I take them.
Yeah.
Because again, to me, that's to me a level of cannibalism. I don't. I mean, if I'm stuck on a mountain in the Andes from a plane crash, yeah, I'm totally eating the guy next to me. Okay,
Mm.
absolutely, right. Um,
First day. First day. It doesn't even need to be a survival situation as
no,
long as
no, we
no.
could.
Okay.
The plain food part could be full of burgers and dry chicken, and I'd just be like, dude, come here, dude, come on,
Yeah.
no, get over here, yeah, and bring the cutlery and some wet naps so I can sterilize you. No,
This is your day. Yeah.
yeah, I no, I totally would. I mean, from a survival perspective, yeah, okay, I'd resort to cannibalism. I would have to. I think the survival instinct is a lot stronger for most people than the moral dilemma of eating a person, right?
Yeah.
But having the choice of a Big Mac or a placenta, yeah, Big Mac's gonna win out every time. Yeah,
Okay. Fair enough.
yeah. Okay,
Mick,
moving
Mick,
on.
Mick placenta.
Mick
Yeah.
placenta. Well, hey, you know, maybe they'll bring that back with the McPizza.
Ah, there we go. I'm hoping for the McPizza. I had this whole dream that we could use this show to spearhead a movement for McPizza, but all the people who were really into bringing back McPizza really began to slack. I feel like their umph wasn't there. They were all there for a few months with petitions and things like that, and then they just fell off. It's like they had
Because
lives.
it's because they realize the McPizza is shit.
The McPizza is not shit.
Okay, I'm not having this discussion with you
Okay,
again.
fine.
You go to your room.
What, me?
Yeah,
What, you're the one dissing the McPizza? You're McPizza
absolutely.
shaming me. You
Yes,
should go
I
to
am.
your room.
No, this I'm offended.
You should. It's like minus 45 outside. You should go to your room. Like, you should walk home and go to your room so you have time to think about what you said.
Fair point.
Okay.
Fair point.
So next.
Next.
In the future, I want to wear a funky hat for the people
Okay.
watching the video stream. Yeah, that's a thing. Going through my notes. Cup to cup. Let's do this before I smoke.
Cup
Pet-
to cup.
The pet. Yeah, and then I said pet to pet. Okay, the Cup to Cup podcast. Check them out, folks. If you like the crazy and wonky things we get up to over here on the Total Stickcast, I bet you'll like the Cup to Cup podcast. You haven't heard it yet, have you, Ryan?
I have not. No.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to check that out. They're a group of guys that really a lot like us. There's like 5 of them. They hang out in the garage and record crazy mayhem. Sometimes they don't hang out in the garage because sometimes they're in remote locations. Right now, I think they're all spread out across the country trying to work on various different projects. But they get together and it's a general discussion thing, just like us. They play games. They play things like True or False, Would You Rather. They do all kinds of stuff. Right up our alley. So if you can cope with the kind of shit we subject you to, you're gonna love Cup to Cup.
Sick.
Yeah, so check them out. And you can probably, if you do check them out in the near future, you'll hear a little shout out for us over there too, because, yeah. Man, we got each other's backs. I committed to the
That
Italian.
was
I
so
committed
bad.
halfway through.
That was so bad.
I started off, I was just going to say something nice as me, and then I decided crime family, then I decided I should really cop the Italian thing. By that point, I had 4 words left. The whole thing fell apart. I was like...
It fell apart. Somewhere in the world, a podcaster has just died.
It made me... Yeah. The Tinkerbell of podcasting has
Yes.
lost her
died.
wings or something.
Yeah.
Did I make it awkward again?
A little bit, yeah.
Uh,
So, I'm just gonna plug myself.
oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, this is getting good. Okay, so moving on, you dirty-minded bastard. So, I picked up a vape on Boxing Day. Okay, I was a smoker. I picked up a vape on Boxing Day, and I've been using a 45 milligram craft salt juice.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
sorry, wait, are we talking about vaping or butt plugs again? I got confused.
Well, I'm on vaping. I was never on butt plugs.
Okay.
I was never on butt plugs that
Okay.
you know of.
Well,
I mean, I could be on one right now.
you
right?
could be. You've already
Yeah.
admitted to the vibrating
Yeah.
talk.
Just just sitting here doing a podcast, bouncing a little on something. Doesn't matter what it is.
If you can bounce, you can bounce. You need to up the gauge, I think. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. The fire hydrant shaped one was the biggest I could find.
There you go. Okay. Anyways, vape.
So I mean, most normal vape juices, the maximum is 24 milligrams, but these craft salts are 45 milligrams. So I picked up a vape earlier that this juice was designed for. It's called the Jewel, and I still found that I was smoking a lot, and the Jewel would cut out, and I kind of had talked about this with when I think we did the show with Terry. How I took a big pull and fell over and died for about 45 minutes.
Yes, you did.
So, I mean, I understand why the Jewel cuts off after about 2 seconds, because you take in too much of the nicotine and you're going to fall over. So anyway, since the 26th of December, I've been smoking this thing. I've just downgraded to the 25 milligrams and I am still smoke free. So over a month, I've been cigarette free.
Okay, nice. Now you're still getting nicotine though, so you're gonna taper that down though, right? Even
Yeah,
further.
so I started
Yeah.
with the 45 milligram
Yeah, yeah,
juice,
yeah. And now you're down to
and
20.
now I'm down to the 25.
Okay.
So the next step is to go to regular vape juice, which their maximum is 24 milligrams.
I see.
Right. So then I can start like the flavor I have, like the craft salts doesn't come in a lot of flavors. So whereas normal vape juice, I mean anything you can probably get placenta vape
Yeah.
juice. I mean,
Yeah.
um, so yeah, the next step will be to go and get regular vape juice at the 24 milligram, and that's when I can start getting into the fun flavors,
Okay.
and then slowly taper off and everything like that. So I'm quite happy that I haven't smoked. So I'm
No,
that's
well, congratulations. I didn't
yeah.
mean to downplay that at all by asking if you were going to limit the nicotine. I mean, by all means, congratulations on not smoking. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure.
Yay me! Yay!
Ah, yay. Okay, no, awesome though, in all realness. So I have a word of the day for you. I have a quiz. Oh yeah. So also I've also there's more for those of you who may or may not be listening to season 1 Total Stickcast as well. There's new episodes up of that. There's the before and after surgical edition, which includes parts of episode 20, 19, 20, and 26. Reason being it's Shane before and then after surgery from season 1, and then the sexy sound of Neanderthals.
Oh.
Yeah, red cock sauce. Uh, both of those episodes are me and Terry. And then the wonderful Word Weaver winners interview with Heather Kent. I can't believe I got through that in one go. That was an interview we did with author Heather Kent, who wrote Ruby Slips and Poker Chips, which I actually own. It's a reimagining of The Wizard of Oz. So yeah. So all those things are now available. We have a total of 27 episodes now, including season 2 stuff. But altogether, there's 27 episodes that have been put back together and are available for your listening pleasure. So
That was awkward. At
yeah,
least
it
it
was.
wasn't a horrible Italian accent.
Yeah, well, see now you can see me, so it's really weird when I say like listening pleasure and I roll my eyes. It's just super creepy now, I think. Um, as if it wasn't creepy before. I don't know though. Electricity. I have electricity written on my list, and I don't know why. Electricity. I have no idea what the fuck that was about. That's super weird.
Clearly not important.
Clearly not important. 27 episodes. So yeah, I guess we could bullshit our way through a word. We could do some trivia. You have no idea what the trivia is that I have for you, do you?
Hopefully, it's not as bad as this. The Never Have I Ever.
Well, it almost was because I had to find it online. Because most weeks, I don't know if anybody knows this, or if you even know this. I don't know if you do this even. If not, you're gonna have to because I'm gonna make you look bad. Um, I write all the quizzes that I give you. Like I find information and decide on the questions and and do everything for it. So I don't just find them online.
I do the same for you.
Do you?
Yes,
I
absolutely.
show me your hands. Ah, okay, you're not crossing your fingers. Okay. What are you holding, an Oreo?
No, I don't know what it is. It's some sort of pad thing that I'm fidgeting with.
Oh, okay. Ryan's playing with the pad. Okay. So yeah, yeah. But today I had to get it off the internet. So it could have been really bad. It could have gone terrible. But I think it's gonna be okay. The problem is, I think that we have one more episode. Well, no, we won't actually have one more episode because we have a guest next week. So yeah. Okay. So this is what I have for your quiz today. We don't have to start it right away. It's a Valentine's Day quiz.
Okay.
So, but it is timely because next week we have a guest. So this is our last episode together. That doesn't have a guest.
Yeah.
That before Valentine's Day. So that makes sense. I also have a word for you. The word I came across organically.
Nice.
I was going through my life and I found this word and I was like, "Yep, that's going to be a word of the day." Actually, I think my wife Stephanie told me that should be your word of the week. So I was like, "Yeah, that should definitely be the word of the week."
Well, you can go in whichever direction you're feeling.
Okay, well let's do words first.
Okay.
Let's do word of the day first, because I want to hear you bullshit. I'm gonna get stoned while you bullshit. So I gotta make sure I can say it. Okay, there, I practiced.
Yeah, definitely the
Um,
listeners need to get on Patreon and see the face that he was just making because that was brilliant.
yeah, it's worth your money, all your money,
Yeah.
that face alone.
Absolutely.
I'm sure we're gonna have to have gifs of some of this at some point in time. um, All right, so are you ready for your word? Are you ready?
I am ready. As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, your word this week, which I know that you know all about already, is defenestrate. That word is defenestrate.
Defenestrate.
Let the
Defenestrate.
let the bullshit begin.
Defenestrate. Use it in a sentence? No. Defenestrate. Oh God, you know what? I'm drawing a complete blank here,
Well, you
and
can't drop, like,
well, I can't really draw anything. I'm not very artistic.
it's
Um,
against the rules.
defenestrate. Well, you know, if I'm not mistaken, and I think I'm going to be close with this one, to be honest. Okay, um, so like you know, you go to these home shows and everything like that, right? And they're demonstrating, right? They're demonstrating their products, their pans or their mops or their, you know, Dr. Ho's vibrating pads or whatever, right?
Okay.
So I think, you know, demonstrate is more of a term that's used for situations like that, whereas defenestrate, I believe is were the military, like a military home show, right? So, you know, different countries come in and they, you know, like they all fly out to the States or whatever, and it's like a black market thing, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so they're all in like a filthy abandoned warehouse, and they're showcasing, they're defenestrating their defensive weaponry.
Well,
Yes.
well, actually, I don't know, I'm shocked because in all reality, you're not really fucking close at all.
Oh, I thought for sure that one. I thought this
Yeah,
time I got this.
no. I should actually defenestrate you. You're so wrong.
Okay.
Defenestrate is a great word that you've got to work into your day-to-day life. Is to throw someone out of a window.
I love it.
So this would be in like forensics kind of and stuff like that. So like, did he jump? Did he? Well, we have a male who's been defenestrated through a window or whatever. You know, like it's a very technical term for somebody being thrown out a window. You haven't been pushed. You haven't fallen. You haven't jumped. You've been thrown out of a window.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I got nothing now because I mean, like, that's to me, I don't see how that would apply at all to being thrown out a window. And
No, like boot woods and
why
stuff.
would
No.
you need a specific word other than just thrown out a window? He was thrown out a window. He was defenestrated. Well, who gives a fuck? He was thrown out a window. What? I don't get it.
Well, yeah, I agree with you.
But I guess I got a lot of terms out there and a lot of words that are absolutely 100% unnecessary.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not like it's the only word out there.
It carries a secondary meaning, which kind of I think evolved from that. In the same way that I'm like, you know, I could kill that person. Doesn't mean you're gonna kill them, right? But it's an informal usage would be to remove or dismiss someone from a position of power or authority. In a sentence, the overwhelming view is that he should be defenestrated before the next election. So that's another. It's like a coup, right?
See, and I would buy that, and as a word under that definition.
Okay.
Yeah, I would be fine with that as the definition versus throwing somebody out a window.
No, but the first and foremost definition of it is throwing somebody out of a window. The example, by the way, she had made up her mind that the woman. I'm leaning towards the camera and not my microphone. She had made up her mind that the woman had been defenestrated, although the official verdict had been suicide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No? Okay. So you've gotta threaten to defenestrate people. I don't. It's hard to put in a sentence. It's not mellifluous.
It is not mellifluous. No, it isn't. It's
okay.
It's a very forced word.
It's terrible. Fuck that word. Okay.
That
today
word.
hasn't been successful for us.
No.
So I have a Valentine's Day quiz for you.
Okay.
Do you need to do anything?
I have to pee.
Yeah, okay, I do too, because I've been drinking for 2 hours. So let's take a break, and I will see you in a moment.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. I'm so happy to live. I don't think I paused anything or muted anything. I think we're just recording. So I'm so happy to live in the land of
Pause.
legalized, recreationally legalized marijuana.
Okay, say that again. I was reading.
Yeah, I know, right? No, it wasn't the fact you were reading. It's that I had a stroke. Legalized recreational marijuana.
Is what?
A great land to live in. Because I can smoke on the show. And people can see me smoke, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but even if it wasn't legal, you could still smoke. And what the fuck you can think the FBI is gonna knock that out? Look at Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, not necessarily, but in theory. Like, well, the thing with Snoop Dogg is the fact that, like, in videos and stuff like that, they can always claim it wasn't real. Right? And they got a crew that can say, whatever. But
So,
not
but
a
you could
crew,
have.
not like a crew like hip hop, like a crew like people who make fucking music videos. I mean, like,
Yeah, but you could just have the persona of a pothead,
yeah,
and you're smoking nutmeg or banana peels.
yeah. But I feel like if people thought there was one thing I was lying about, probably I don't know. I don't feel like I play a character,
But you don't know.
but you don't know.
I'm not a character. I just play one on TV.
Ah, okay. So, anyways, that was weird. That was awkward. Which is
It
kind of
was
what
really awkward.
I was just disclaiming the fact that I smoke while we play, but I don't want to smoke a pipe forever. Generally, if I smoke while recording something, because of the sound too, I smoke from a vape. But my vape isn't running right now because it's not hooked up. So, um, do you know everything? I mean, we've learned on previous episodes that you're a hopeless romantic. Do you know everything there is to know about Valentine's Day?
Probably not.
Fuck.
And this podcast is over. No, I would
Yeah.
say probably not because I do shit all year round. Valentine's Day, I mean, and it's not to say that I don't do something extravagant or special or romantic or anything on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
But Valentine's Day to me is just a Hallmark holiday. It's you walk into the stores
Agreed.
come January 3rd and it's just red hearts everywhere. So I mean it's a way to capitalize on something. And the thing I think that's frustrating for me is that it is so geared towards women, right? And I mean, there's always the joke out there that March 14th is steak and a blowjob day and that's men's Valentine's Day, but it's clearly not. You don't walk in and everywhere in the stores and see like whipped cream and flavored dick sucking aids or
Yeah,
you
dick
know
shaped
uh,
chocolates. That's what I was gonna
dick,
say. Yeah.
or whatever, right? So I mean they're really yeah, so it kind of sucks because I remember the first time a girl bought me flowers, and this was shit, a long time ago, 20 some years, and I was completely gobsmacked. I was just like, what? Right? And but it felt nice,
Yeah.
and so over the years I've had a few girls buy me flowers, and I and that's what I mean. Like, there's just so many things out there that are so geared towards women, and that it's men's responsibilities, and Valentine's Day being the number one thing that does that. It's not really for me. It's not a big day, right? Again,
Yeah.
not saying I don't do things on those days. It's just
Yeah.
that in terms of where it came from and all that. I mean, I really don't give a shit if I'm
Fair
being
enough.
honest. Yeah.
Fair enough. We are Valentine's. We are an anti-Valentine's Day household.
Are you okay? Well, and I think that's great. I think that's absolutely great because um, again, it's just a Hallmark holiday, right?
We
You can
celebrate.
use
We celebrate Chocolate Appreciation Day.
on February 14th.
Yeah. Yeah. And 15th because you got to go get all that candy from February 14th when it
50%,
goes
yeah,
on sale. Yeah.
50% off.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
And then you just sit around and appreciate chocolate.
Yeah, if I like chocolate, I could get behind that.
Okay. So, anyways, I have Valentine's Day trivia for you so we can find out exactly how much you don't know.
Okay, well, let's do it then. I'm ready.
So here we go. Question number 1. When did the tradition of sending written valentines to loved ones begin? A. AD 270. Okay, anybody who writes a quiz and A is AD should be drug out and shot immediately. It should be
Absolutely.
B, AD, so you can actually say about, okay,
They should be defenestrated.
They should be defenestrated promptly.
Yes.
So AD 270, around B, around year 1400, C, 1840, or D, the early 1900s.
You know what? As soon as you asked the question, my head went right to 19 something. So I'm gonna say early 1900s.
Okay, I'm looking for the answers. Give me 1 minute. Okay, early 1900s.
Yeah.
Is that? Okay. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm surprised with that one. I figured they would know what year it was. That's the early 19. I figured that was the one it wasn't for sure. Like
I mean, my head went right to like 1914 or 1913. I don't know why. I just, yeah.
well,
To
fuck
me,
you, right.
yeah, sick.
Okay, next question. Many lovers give chocolate as a Valentine's Day gift. Which type of chocolate is the most popular in the United States? White chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, or bittersweet chocolate?
Shit.
That was not one of the options.
The shit chocolate. I'm just gonna go with milk chocolate.
Milk?
Yeah.
I think so, maybe. Yeah, because people are lazy, right? Like, I don't know. See, on this quiz, I can weigh in because I don't know what the answers are. Yeah, you're right.
Nice.
Yeah, nice
I just
work.
feel,
So,
yeah, I feel like dark chocolate is really, it's an acquired taste. Bittersweet chocolate just doesn't sound delicious, and white chocolate is expensive.
yeah, and milk is safe. It
Yeah,
sounds elegant for some reason, kind of like people always dress it up that way, like 100% milk chocolate and stuff.
yeah,
So it sounds fancy-ish,
yeah,
and it's a safe bet because that's
yeah.
just chocolate. If
It's
you like
chocolate.
chocolate at
Yeah,
all, you like it. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you like dark chocolate?
I don't mind some dark chocolate. If I'm in a chocolate mood, then yeah, I don't mind dark chocolate. Yeah.
I like dark chocolate. Yeah, like super dark at times. Like chocolate that slits its fucking wrists, man. Okay, no, really dark. No, okay. In Roman mythology, Cupid, the god of love, was the son of which goddess? Do you feel like you know this, or are you shaking in terror?
I feel like I know this.
Okay, who's Cupid's mama? Venus, Diana, Juno, or Vesta?
I'm gonna go with Venus.
I think because Vesta is the patron saint of scooters, right? No, I'm joking. Okay, Venus. You are right. Look
Fuck
at
yeah.
you rocking the
Yeah.
trivia.
Damn.
Wow. Okay. Peanut butter and jam. Okay.
Okay.
Valentine's Day was named for whom? The patron saint of birds?
What? Birds
The,
have a patron saint?
apparently so.
Okay.
The patron saint of lovers, 2 or 3 Roman martyrs, or Pope Valentine?
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say that it's probably Pope Valentine.
Okay, I mean, I just assume it's the patron saint of lovers, but probably too easy.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
Eddie?
would go with either or of those, but I'm gonna go with Patriots or with Pope.
Yeah, you're getting poped either way. You said it
Yeah.
first. Yeah. Okay. No,
Oh,
that's stupid. I disagree. Okay, the answer is 2 or 3
really?
Roman martyrs.
Okay.
What the fuck kind of
Wow.
answer is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. More fresh flowers are purchased for Valentine's Day than any other holiday. Roses make up what percentage of those flowers purchased? 24%, 37%, 48%, or 56?
40, whatever.
48?
Yeah.
I feel like 56 is lower than I would have thought, so I like that for an answer, but I don't know. 48.
I feel like that's too obvious.
Okay. 48 it is. No, 56. I would have been right.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not keeping count for me.
I thought that would be too obvious, so that's
Yeah.
why I went with 48.
Well, sometimes it's the most obvious thing.
Well, that's true. Absolutely.
Valentine's Day is not celebrated in which country? The United States, Mexico, Italy, or France?
I am going to go with Italy.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Since it was named after Roman martyrs, I'm going to say not Italy, because maybe that kind of stuff's over there. I wonder almost about Mexico. I'm scared. I don't know. I'm not even weighing in on this one or the other. You have Italy, eh?
Yeah.
You are right.
Yeah.
Ah! So you thought I was psyching you out, but then I did the opposite, so I psyched you out to think I was psyching you out? It's reverse psychology.
Well, now I'm psyched out.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to pre-read that one to make sense. Okay. What word appears in more song titles than any other word? Why does this have to do with Valentine's Day? The, I, love, or we?
Oh, I don't know. I go with love, I guess.
Yeah, since it's Valentine's Day, right? I
Yeah.
feel like they kind of did that backwards and gave us the answer. I don't know that, or I don't know. Okay, but love. Yeah, it's love. That guy should be fired. That was backwards.
That's weird. Yeah.
Okay,
It's a Valentine's Day question.
yeah, that's fucked up. Okay, why were Valentine's Day cards not signed in the Victorian era? Because it was considered bad luck. Because lovers were meant to be secret. Because law forbid it. Or because lovers didn't want their families to find out.
Secret.
Okay. I'm rethinking this camera thing suddenly. For those of you who are only listening, Ryan just put me up his nose. Okay. No, that's actually not true.
Oh.
Because it was considered bad luck.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
I sure hope they tell me, because I'm barely keeping track. I sure hope they tell me your total. Who started the tradition of Valentine's Day? Greeks, Habsburgs. I have no idea what that is. Habsburgs. The Dutch, or Romans?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to go with Greeks, considering that, right? Cupid is Greek mythology,
Okay.
right? So yeah, I got to go with Greeks.
I'm gonna go with Romans.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, no, no. I was right. You were wrong.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I got excited about being right, but I forgot that you were playing.
Damn Romans.
Yeah, you know why I said Romans? Because it was named after 2 or 3 Roman martyrs. We learned that in question
fuck
2 or 3.
that.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. This is question 10 of 10. Your very last question. The very last opportunity to show the boys back home that you know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Where exactly is back home? I don't get it. I'm lost.
This is a USO show now. I'm sorry. And it's the boys back home, so I'm a little yeah, I don't know. Show that special gal back home that you know Valentine's. I don't know. Which is the most given Valentine's Day gift? Flowers, chocolates, mugs, or letters?
Oh, Jesus.
Mug
Well, I feel like I got to scratch mugs off the list.
I would hope.
Um, Flowers, I mean, it goes up. I mean, flowers and chocolates, right? I mean, to me, flowers and chocolate kind of go hand in hand. Like, even you watch all the movies, they have a Valentine's Day and somebody hands them a box of chocolate and a bouquet of flowers. So, for that reason, I'm going to go with letters.
What? For
Yeah.
those of you just listening, I did a long camera take to absorb that. What? Really? Letters?
I'm
Okay.
going to go with, yeah, letters, because
'Cause
love
it's
letters,
easy.
right?
Okay.
No,
I'm.
love letters. People get to profess their love. I mean, when you got kids, you put Valentine's Day cards together for all the kids at school, right? So, and I feel like that Valentine's Day is a lot of people that get proposed to on Valentine's Day, and it's a day that people really profess their true emotions. So it's less superficial than a box of chocolates and flowers because that takes zero effort.
Okay, so you're stuck with letters
I'm
now.
stuck with letters, yeah.
I would say flowers
Okay.
because I don't think enough people write letters anymore. I don't think ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not counting cards and letters. Um, so just buying a card, signing it, and putting it with some flowers, I don't count that as a letter. A letter has to be a letter, My dearest Genevieve, I think about you day and night, like that. It's got to be something. So, I don't think enough people write letters anymore. Not counting cards. I think flowers you can send to somebody at work. I think you can meet somebody at dinner and hand them flowers. I think chocolates is weirder because you're giving somebody food, and so many people are lactose intolerant nowadays, this and the other thing. I mean, granted, you know that ahead of time, but it's not as universal as flowers. And again, you can send people flowers. So I'm going with flowers.
Okay.
Okay, so you were wrong. It was not letters. I was wrong. Not flowers. If you would have gone with your second guess, I think you would have been right.
Well,
Chocolates.
chocolate. Okay. All right. Yeah, that was anticlimactic.
So you got a score of 50 out of 100. So 5 out of 10. You got 50 out of 100, though.
I can live with that. That's not bad. I
Yeah,
was on a
no.
roll right at the beginning. I got some hard ones, I think, too.
I think you did good considering the ones you got. Because, I mean, you got stuff that had to do with, like, history and, like,
Ah,
So,
so smart.
yeah, I think you are. So I'm filling out your certificate right now.
Oh, I get a certificate. That's exciting.
What? Provide a valid name. Your name isn't valid.
My name isn't valid. I've been hearing that my whole life.
No, they've been telling you you're not valid. It's different.
No.
Yeah. Um. So I've sent you shirtless Adam Levine so far, and now I'm sending you a certificate. No, that's not it.
That's not it.
This is great podcasting, by the way. Me searching for things on the computer.
Yeah, yeah. Like, what's going on here? Get your shit together.
Oh, okay, fine. You know what? I downloaded it. Now I can't find it. It's not worth looking for. I thought it was going to be funny. I thought I'd do a nice thing for you, give you a certificate, make you feel validated. But no, that's too much to ask for, clearly. So, I still don't know why I have electricity written on my list. We dealt with defenestrating the word of the day. Oh, why do I have? Oh, yeah, number. Call us.
Look at that. That's fancy.
Yeah, right. This is why I've been busy all week. See, and people listening to the audio version of the podcast won't know what the fuck's happening right now.
No, they have no idea.
As I'm
I'm
holding
showing
up.
my nipples.
Yes, you are. But I said I've been working hard on that this week, so I don't. I don't.
You've been working hard on my nipples? Yes!
I don't.
Yeah!
Yeah, you see that chapping around the edges? I've really been working them hard. I don't know. So yeah, I held up a little strip of paper that we'll scatter in random, unsuspecting places throughout the city to convince people to call in because we have a local number, so maybe we can get more local people to call in to our hotline. But if you have something that you want to rant and rave about, you can call the Total Stickcast Stick Chat hotline at 1-587-997-4697. That's 1-587-997-4697, and select option number 2. And then you'll be able to leave us a message, and whatever you say will be played on the show. So be careful what you say about those people. So yeah, there's that. There is, go ahead, review us, subscribe to us even. If you're feeling super committal, do something, you lazy people. So you can follow us, you can review us on iTunes, you can subscribe to us on places like Spotify and Stitcher and all kinds of places. And on Facebook now, you can even leave us reviews so that other people know what you thought of the show. So even if it's bad, I'm likely to keep it up because I want people to know how poor your judgment is. So go ahead and just, leave us reviews. Tell us what you think of us. I know you people are listening to us, so go ahead and leave us a review. If you listen on Podium, where we're hosted, you can leave a review right there. Like, it couldn't be easier. Just take 2 steps, just take 2 minutes out of your life to do it. You like that picture of an orphan that everybody dared you to because they said you wouldn't like it? You can do this. There.
Well, that just happened.
That just happened. I'm sorry, I get worked up about these things. I'm passionate! So, yeah, after this, I have to turn around and record THNP.
So you have a busy night.
Because the episodes are dated. So if I don't do it, then I have to get rid of it again. Because I have all kinds of facts about today. So help me fucking God, that episode has to go up. Last week's episode, we had Devin Youngblood from the Youngblood Life on the show. So, you can go back and check that out. Was that fun? Did you enjoy that?
That was good. Yeah, that was a good time. Even while we were recording, after we were finished, Naomi said she really wanted to listen to that one because she said it sounded like you guys were having a lot of fun. So, yeah, it was absolutely a blast to talk to Devin, and hopefully we can have him back on at some point in the future.
Yeah, definitely, and we have other awesome guests coming up too. I just saw you look at something as though somebody was about to shoot you.
No. I think the ADD is kicking in. No, I think I was thinking about what I need to make for supper. I don't know what I was thinking. Squirrel.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I feel like we could talk about other things if we had other things to talk about, but I don't think I do. Do you?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah. I mean, I talked about eating placenta. I mean, I think I'm spent.
Yeah, you're spent centa. No, that doesn't work. No. It was really, it hurt. It gag reflex a little bit.
That was a facepalm moment.
It was. Yeah, I think it's time for us to get out of here. Oh, we have a promo to record after this too. There's all kinds of things going on. So yeah, so we got all that to do. We've been recording this for about 4 fucking hours now because the thing we had technical issues. So I'm about ready to make a mile. So I guess that means that for the first time we're going to be able to see each other when we say bye!
Thank you for joining us on the Total Stickcast. The Total Stickcast is available wherever you listen to podcasts, including Google Play, Apple, Spotify, and Stitcher. We appreciate your ratings and reviews as they help other people find us and help us to grow. Please take the time to let us know what you think. The Total Stickcast is hosted and produced by Paul Johnson and features Ryan Blair and Terry Savage. You can connect with Paul Johnson directly on Twitter at OffTheLP or at everythingpaul.net. That's everythingpaul.net. You can find the Total Stickcast on Twitter and Facebook at Total Stickcast. You can also reach us by email at totalstickshow@gmail.com. My name is Larry G. Jones, and this has been the Total Stickcast. Thank you for making us a part of your day.